All right, what is going on, guys? Will Blandon. Well, I'm going to my last day at my very part-time job at the group home. For those of you who've been watching, I was working basically on standby for the group home. I looked at it as kind of like my form of charity because I really did not really need to go to that part-time job. It wasn't like money that I was counting on, to live on. It was like my form of just going in, doing the charity, but I was still getting paid for it. But I realized that, for example, I'm going in 11 to 5, and I realized that between those times, as a Uber or Lyft driver, those same times, I could make $100 to $120. Where if I go to the group home, even before tax, what I made that day at $15 an hour, you do the math, $15 an hour, I'm only going to be there from 11 to 5. I'm not going to make as much money, even before tax. So, it's kind of a situation where I did the math, and I felt that it's time to give up the charity and get back to business. Because if you're seeing this on another channel, go to my main channel, Chennai Business, where I talk about a holding company that I built and how it's important to get all your funds as much as possible in your holding company. Well, now that I actually have a holding company, what I started doing is taking some of my emergency funds in my personal Chase account and starting to slowly move it over to my holding company and Navy Federal Credit Union. So I have the holding company. It's set up already. I'm putting funds in there, but I'm going to be going into more detail about establishing credit with Navy Federal as well as other banks. What the ultimate goal is to get a piece of real estate and then set up other operating companies to continue funding my holding company. I apologize, I'm getting a little older. The gray hairs are starting to come in my beard, starting to actually show my age for a change. But it's been a rough week, and I didn't even bother shaving. I was going to shave, but I was like, you know what, I'm not even going to bother. We're in a pandemic. It's not important. But what is important in this pandemic is to get as much money as possible in your holding company. And what I talk about on my main channel is using stuff like Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, Postmates. You could do all this stuff and fund a profitable holding company. So that's where I'm at right now. I talk about how I just brought my first member of my team. Yes, I have a young lady that joined my team. I say young lady, but she's only a few years younger than I am. And we're gonna work together now to put money together to live on, as well as fund my holding company. That's where we're at right now, and I'm really going in feeling positive about that. We are currently, as I speak, looking for a place to move in together. Yes, male or females, whether you're in a relationship or not in a relationship, this will help increase your funds to put into your business. If you work together. So this was a person I've known for 30 years. So I feel confident with working with her. Financially, I feel like I can trust her with to move money if necessary, without feeling like I might get robbed. So I feel like I came to a good decision with this first member of my team. Possibly I may bring on more members of this team we should just see in the future. But the ultimate goal is your team has got to work together, put as much money as you can in your holding company so you can get approved for lines of business and corporate credit to go after the ultimate goal, which is real estate. And you can use Uber and Lyft to fund this. You know, right now Uber and Lyft is my main gig, but it doesn't have to be yours. It could be your side gig, and you keep your job, you take all your Uber and Lyft money and put it into, just segregate it as first, keep it as a side hustle, sole proprietor, but eventually you may want to set up a LLC or decide to set up something more complicated like I am and build the holding company. And the reason why you build a holding company over a company is because a holding company is going to hold and manage assets from all the baby companies you're going to create under it. That's the point of why I'm doing this. And using Uber and Lyft to fund this has been a struggle. Hence the reason for the YouTube channel. Hence the reason for doing Integrity. Yes. So by doing extra stuff on top of just Uber and Lyft, you will balance out where you may not be making what you want to make. But if you're using Uber and Lyft purely as a part-time gig, you should be able to put all those funds into your business because you're living on the profits from your job. As long as you have your job, don't quit your job right away. That's another thing. I made the mistake in the past of quitting a job prematurely when I was starting my Chennai business channel. You know, prematurely I quit my job, and to this day I admit that it was a mistake. I was in a rush, I was tired of retail, and I quit way too soon. Keep your job. You definitely want to keep your job. Start your side gig, whether that be, you know, one of the gig apps, or you start a cleaning business, or you start cooking out your house, selling plates. Whatever you got to do as a side gig, put all those monies aside, segregate them. You know, at first you could do a personal account, say with Oxygen Bank, and I do have a link for our Oxygen Bank below because you can get $25 when you use my link. I believe you have to deposit at least $200, 5 transactions, and you may have to wait a month or two before you actually see the funds, but $25 is something. And if you offer this referral to others later, you could turn that $25 into a few $100s. So that right there could help put money into your business. So that's what I'm doing. I have a link for that below. I also have a link for Integrity below. And Integrity, if you haven't heard, let me show you one of my cards. Integrity are these amazing shiny metal debit cards, and I actually turned my Oxygen Bank debit card into a Integrity card. You can do that now. Integrity will take any debit card you have and turn it into a nice shiny metal debit card with your name, your nickname. You can put your business name on there, whatever you want to put on there, you know, within reason, because they only have so many characters you can put on there. And they're not branded MasterCard or Visa because they have their own metal card branding. But whatever card you give them, it'll be that card. So if you have a Visa, you might want to tell the person when you're using the card, oh, it's actually a Visa, if they ask. So, very good product. They have a card now that will report on your credit. That was their biggest thing in the past. They had trouble getting their own trade line. So what Integrity finally figured out is they could just brand their own card and just turn in any bank card into a Z-Integrity metal card. So they finally figured it out. So that's one of the side hustles I'm doing. That's going to be another source of revenue. Once I get that ramped up, once I start doing more videos, hopefully on Z-Integrity, I will start getting more responses, more exposure, and you guys will start buying yourselves the card as well as marketing it yourself. You can make residual income marketing this card. Just go check the link below. I have a link below for Z-Integrity. I hope to ramp that up where I'm making more doing that than I am doing Z-Integrity, then Uber and Lyft, and then I may not need to drive as much. That's the goal. Make as much on Z-Integrity as I do driving. And it'll be less wear and tear on my vehicle. You know, and I should be able to maintain a comfortable lifestyle. Because remember, I have somebody on my team now also contributing to my business. You know, I'm going to be talking a lot about building teams. And now because I have someone on my team to help contribute, the $100 to $150 a day that I make will be double. So now it's possible we can put in $300 a day into my first Chase personal account, and from my Chase personal account I'll move money to Navy Federal. The only reason why I don't put money directly into my Navy Federal business account, there's no local branches. So every Friday is Move Money Day, where I put money into my personal Chase account, no matter where it's coming from, Uber, Lyft, Z-Integrity, you know, marketing, business consulting services. I will take all that money, put it in my personal Chase account first, and then use my personal Chase debit card, call in a Navy Federal, put money into my personal Navy Federal, as well as my holding company account in Navy Federal. But today I am going to my group home job, as I said, the last day, because I realized I'm not making any money, or I'm actually losing money by doing this, even though it's like my form of charity, because I'm not really making anything. I feel like even one day of that is like killing my profits. So this will be my last day going to the group home between 11 and 5 at $15 an hour. You know, and they're mad, because they're gonna be pissed because I'm going in. I was supposed to go in yesterday as well, and because I was busy, I called them up and said, I'm not, as something came up, I can't go today. So hopefully they don't watch my videos, because I'm telling them myself. So I didn't go in yesterday. It was supposed to be the last 2 days, but I didn't go in yesterday. So this is my final day going in. But I still feel good that I helped them out. You know, they might feel it's not enough, or I should keep going, but again, I'm not making any money there. I could literally play around, because it's a rainy day. If I turn my app on, I will get non-stop rides all day, because it's pouring raining today here in Connecticut, and there's no drivers on the road. So I know from my experience that if I just turn my app on today on a rainy day with no drivers, I'm looking at an easy $120, $130 day between 11 and 5. So, just to give you an idea of the numbers. So I just decided that, you know, I'm going to go in. You know, I was going to cry and moan about it today. It was my last day. I'm going to go in, try to be positive as possible on a rainy day, and help these guys out for the last time. But I want you guys to keep, and check out my main channel if you're seeing this video on another channel, Shania Business. I should have a link for that below. Because you really want to learn how to be more corporate. You want to learn how to be more corporate, even if you just have Uber or Lyft or DoorDash or Instacart, even if it's just a gig work or job. You need to learn how to put that money into a successful business so you can qualify for more loans, more grants. You know, had it been set up properly, I probably could have got maybe the PPP. I did get the EIDL, but I didn't get the PPP. You know, I probably could apply for it, but it's complicated when you're doing it as a sole proprietor. And I wasn't set up with the holding company structure like I am now. You could pretty much thank the government that I have a holding company, because a lot of my funds that I got from the government, and I hope to continue to get when they stop fighting, is money that's going to my holding company and my emergency fund. You need to have both. I'm going to probably make my Oxygen Bank account a emergency fund. Again, I have a link below for Oxygen Bank, and I'm probably going to keep quite a bit of money going into my holding company account before I deploy paychecks. I'm going to eventually do pay stubs where I have the taxes and everything coming out, and actually get a check cut to me from my holding company to get approved for stuff like car loans, real estate, because it's easier than going to them, I own a company, now they want your tax returns and all this other stuff. It makes it really complicated. So what you want to do is you want to do where you have a pay stub, because it'll just eliminate all that drama with having to prove what it is you do, how you do it, you know. So you just give them the pay stub and boom, you're approved. And the sooner I start getting a pay stub, the sooner I will qualify for real estate. So I hope to be on payroll for at least 6 months before I actually go in to start looking at real estate. And I'll have pay stubs for 6 months. But this is what we're doing, guys. So if you haven't already, subscribe to my main channel, Shania Business, links below. If you're already on that channel, I thank you for your support. I am growing subscribers lately. Sorry if I'm having trouble saying that word, subscribers. And I really do appreciate the support you guys have been giving me lately with the Oxygen Bank videos. Been getting a lot of views. I wish I could get as many views on these integrity videos, you know. And also, I'm building a holding company course. Forgot to mention. Get on my email list for that. There's the link below for my email list. You want to be first to be notified when I build out this holding company course, because it's going to show you step by step how I went through the process, and as well as how it's going to benefit me when I start showing you lines of credit from my holding company. That's all for today. My last day at my group home job, and I'm kind of happy about that. I know it sounds crazy, but it's more time to make more money. That's how I look at it. But thanks for your time. Subscribe, like, and comment, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.